All right, I'm in Jerusalem at the Machane Yehuda market. I'm looking for the apartheid. I've asked all these people, not one person is able to tell me where the apartheid is. So I'm asking you,
Okay, I'm here, uptown New Orleans, in the Garden District, and I'm looking for the projects. And I can't find the projects anywhere. I've been asking everyone around me, and not one person can tell me where the projects are. So I'm asking you who seem to be so fucking smart where the projects are. What's that? Oh, I have to leave the neighborhood and go to the 9th ward. That's so inconvenient and doesn't fit my narrative.
you see that? That's the fucking apartheid.
No, it fucking actually is not. Because pointing to a sign placed by the Israeli government in the Israeli-occupied illegal territory of the West Bank, which is a violation of international law and unilaterally condemned by the international community, is not an example of an apartheid. Also, it's apartheid, not
Apartheid.
You sound like you just learned the word. You, Michael Rapaport, are dumb, and you deserve another helping of Snowball.
You know, this whole crap with this cancel culture and the... Shut up!
You are standing on occupied land. Every Israeli settlement in the West Bank is a violation of international law. The West Bank is separated into 3 cantons: Area A, Area B, and Area C. 60%, the majority of the West Bank, is under complete unilateral Israeli control. Notice how Area C completely encircles Area A and Area B. This is not by accident. It has been the Zionist strategy to completely encircle Palestinian settlements ever since before the creation of the State of Israel in 1948. Someone please tell this pea-brained, cold sore-addled baboon what an apartheid is. An apartheid is the systematic segregation of an ethnic group through government policies and military force. It is not pointing to an obscure sign in occupied territory and saying,
Here's the apartheid.
Just for context, Michael Rapaport is standing in occupied territory and pointing to the entrance of Area A Palestinian Bantustan, and saying,
That's the fucking apartheid. This is a beautiful city. You want Hamas to take over this or anything? What Hamas do with this beautiful, beautiful city built on the back of Israeli citizens? They'd run it into the ground.
Look at this. Look at this beautiful plantation. This is a beautiful plantation. You want slaves to take over this plantation? You want black people to take over this plantation? Are you your mind? Look at the slave quarters. Look at what the slaves did to the slave quarters. And you want them to take over this beautiful plantation? Look at this beautiful plantation built on the backs of American alien citizens. You want slaves to take over this? You want black people to take control of it? Those black people would run it into the fucking ground. You hear me? You hear me?
You know, it sounds exotic. Zionism. It sounds like something complex, dare I say sexual. It's simply that Israel has the right to exist. There's more, but that's the basics.
You know, a lot of people think that Nazism means some genocidal, mass-murdering, psychopathic death cult built on racial superiority and vying for world domination. And that's not because of the policies, it's not because of the concentration camps, it's not because of the Holocaust, it's not because of the World War. None of that. It's because the word Nazi sounds very exotic, and I give you that, okay? It's got a Z in it, and it's, dare I say, it sounds sexual. Well, all that it boils down to is just that Nazism means that Germany has the right to defend itself. There's more to it than that, but I'm not going to go into it. But that's the basics of it.
As far as genocide, listen, you could say genocide. I could say that I could dunk a basketball.
So when you say Holocaust, I could say hologram. I could say hollaback. Doesn't make it true, okay?
Stop worrying about rivers and all that shit. Build your shit up, man. Get yourself some restaurants. Get yourself some hotels. Start a fucking Gaza Film Festival.
So true, King. I mean, who could forget the 1943 Auschwitz Arbat Mike Frey Film Festival, which ultimately turned around the Jews' socioeconomic conditions and won them their free society? Is it a surprise to anyone to find out that all these sad bastard evil terrorists had to do was build a few restaurants? Shame on them. I mean, listen to this arrogant, condescending prick try to lecture the Palestinian people on how to run their society after it has been bombed relentlessly year after year for decades now by the Israeli government. Human rights organizations have concluded that it would take 147 years to rebuild Gaza back to its state in 2014. That was in 2014, a decade ago, when the last murderous high-tech bombing campaign happened in the Gaza Strip, Operation Protective Edge. Do you hear clowns like this ever mention these operations? No, because for them, history began on October 7th. Do we hear about the 250 Palestinians that were murdered by the IDF in the 8 months previous to October 7th? No.
Woo! Man, you think calling me a Zionist is an insult? Zionist simply means that you believe in the right for Israel to exist.
Oh, woo! You think calling me a Nazi is hurting my feelings? You think calling me a Nazi is an insult? Woo! Being a Nazi just means that you believe that Germany has the right to exist.
Hey, that guy's a Nazi. Get him.
Looking for the apartheid. Hats, tights. Where's the apartheid?
Look at this. I got tires. I got Subarus. I got a tree. I got a Lincoln. I got a Jeep over here. I got a Nissan. There's a door handle. There's a light. There's a little bit of mud right over there. No bikes. Not a single bike anywhere. Can't find one bicycler. Yes, I'm doing the bit again because I'm sad and pathetic and I'm running out of material, to be honest with you. Look at this, it's a rear view mirror. UPS truck, lady getting into a car, street sign, orange cone, a little garden right there. No bicycles. No bicycles. No bikes. I don't know, guess they don't exist.
And then boom, took over the land with our pitchforks and our AK-47s. You dum-dums.
This is the kind of content you pump out? You're doing this for free. I mean, look at this. 200 likes, 21 reposts, and 38 comments. Now I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that that video of you pretending to be paid by the Israeli government to put out Israeli content is utter bullshit. Because no one in their right mind is gonna pay you for this dog shit engagement. Gee, it's almost as if you were a Z-list out-of-work actor trying so desperately to stay relevant. This is not going viral. Let's be real. The only thing that's ever gone viral for you is the herpes on your face. Yo, Michael Rapaport, is this you? It looks an awful lot like you, dog.
It wasn't like Jewish people just meandered here in 1948.
Yeah, that's right. Jews did not meander over to Israel in 1948. Zionists did. Before that, Jews and Arabs lived mostly peacefully in the land of Palestine. I know this is going to sound absolutely wild, but Zionism is not Judaism. And being anti-Zionist does not mean being anti-Semitic. In fact, it is more accurate to say that Zionists are anti-Semitic.
A lot of people are saying free Palestine. I would like people to explain what that means and what that looks like.
I'll tell you exactly what that looks like. It looks like Palestine being given their primary right to self-determine as a people in accordance with international law and the world consensus. It looks like Palestine not being encircled, besieged, blockaded, and invaded by Israel. It looks like Palestine not being kept on what human rights organizations and international judicial bodies all resoundingly and unanimously decry as a diet of starvation, where they are deprived of basic human necessities they need for survival, including food, medical supplies, and building materials that they need to rebuild their cities after that murderous regime comes in and invades their land so they can mow the lawn with disproportionate violence, which they've been doing for decades. It looks like Palestine not being the victim of an endless barrage of war crimes, collective punishment, and crimes against humanity.
Nixon ordered Cambodian genocide. Clinton sent cruise missiles to Sudan, people died. Obama, you gave the orders to do drone strikes. Reagan invaded Nicaragua in '85.